In the previous lesson, we imported a DXF file inside Fusion, and we use it to extrude an architecture. So we started with a DXF imported, which was automatically converted into a sketch, and then from that sketch we proceed here in Fusion. So this is a possibility to do architecture, but also any type of design in Fusion to start with the drawing imported from the external. And also we can export. So for example, here, if I create some shape with the sketch tools in Fusion, I can right click and I can export the DXF as well as I can import it. So I can proceed in AutoCAD or similar application. And also if I want to proceed in 3D but not in Fusion for whatever reason, you can also export the 3D model, just like we import the 3D models in previous lessons. So to do this, you just need to go up here to File and click on Export and choose a folder where you want to store it, and also a type of file. Now, depending on the 3D software that you're using, you may select, for example, SketchUp file, SKP, or the STL, which is for 3D printing, but in general, this is usually compatible with any type of 3D software, or you have OBJ, FBX, pretty popular, and DWG for AutoCAD, and others. So in this case, I've chosen STL because this is plain and simple 3D for, well, either printing, or also you can use it for rendering or any other task in another 3D software. Now, just to do this demonstration, I'm going to use Blender because it's free and open source, and you can just download it and try it. But again, if you're using already any 3D software, you can do similar passages. So you can use, for example, 3ds Max or Cinema 4D or Maya, etc. And SketchUp as well, which we also saw before, or we can import from SketchUp, or you can use Rhino, and so on. So just get one of these, and if you want, there are also video courses and video guides about this software in the channel. Okay, so I just opened Blender here, and I have the basic scene, which is with the camera here and the light and a cube, and that cube should measure 2 meters times 2 meters. So I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to go to File and go to Import right here, and then look for the format that I chosen to export from Fusion. In my case, is STL. So I'm going to click this and navigate in a folder with it, which I created specifically inside my Fusion folder here, my Fusion project folder. I called this folder Export, and I saved there my STL that I just exported. Now, one thing you need to check every time you import in another software, and as well as in Fusion, is the scale, or essentially the size of your project. So let's just import it right away without changing anything. And we already see that there's something not right. So if I zoom out with the scroll wheel, you can see that things go missing and they're not completely visible because this scene is too big for this type of camera and visualization. Well, there are fixings that we can do, but we can just scale down with the scale tool here on the toolbar. So that's a way you can do it. But again, sometimes can give you issues and stuff like that. So it's preferred to set up correctly the units in the import phase. So let's do it again, and let's go to File, Import, and STL. So you need to know which units are coming from this file. So if you worked with millimeters or centimeters or meters in your application, you should know it because you need to set it here. Now in Blender, 1 means 1 meter, but in Fusion we worked with millimeters. So I'm gonna go like with 0.001 and import. And there you go. Now I have my object right here, and it looks properly sized, but always you need to take a measure to make sure. Don't give that for granted. So I'm going to go on the top view here in Blender using something similar to the view cube in Fusion, and I'm going to, sorry about that, hold the shift key and press the scroll wheel to pan, So I am in 2D. I'm just going to take one measure, and the measure tool, the quickest measure tool is right here on the left side. So I'm going to click in there, just click and drag, and yeah, it's roughly 10 meters, which was the size in Fusion. So I guess this is right. I can also take more if I want. I can see this in wireframe and see the interiors, etc., etc. So right now this is fine. It's in the correct size. So let me go back here. So once it's in the correct size, I can continue to work in Blender or, as I said, in any 3D software. And I can proceed, for example, in render here with the render mode, with the fourth sphere. So I can start to move around the light. Well, I have more freedom to work and more flexibility to work in scenes in Blender, and especially doing like animation and playing with lights, playing with the materials, and much more. Things that you can do also in Fusion partially, but not, well, sometimes, you know, you have a preferred software where you work with rendering, etc., etc. But again, this is just an example to see how we can export. Now, back in Fusion, this time I want to show you also how you can insert a DWG file instead of DXF. So in this case, we cannot go from here, from insert, but we need to upload from file. So we're going to go file, upload, or we can open up the data panel as we saw many times, and we can upload from here. And we can drag and drop the DWG file. We can select it. And I have here an AutoCAD course that you can watch in the channel. And I have some DWG files coming from this course. So I'm just going to import this one here. And if you don't have any DWG file, you can look for them in the web as well as you can look for any format. So just look for like a plan view or industrial design, architecture, interior, furnishing, whatever you want. As long as it's DWG, it's fine. And so you click on open here, and it's going to be now then inside your data panel. As you can see, it's this one right here. And once it's there, as we used to do, we click and drag and we drop it inside. And hopefully it's going to be the correct size. Otherwise, we need to address that issue. So every time we do import export, there are always some issues to notice and to take care of. So first of all, if we want to move this object or not, but I'm just going to keep it what it is. The only problem that I see here is the origin is a little bit far away because probably there were other drawings in this file. So make sure always you have the origin close to your design, and make sure also that it's in the correct scale, and also that you have closed polylines, closed shapes, because otherwise you won't be able to extrude them correctly. So this is something you need to do in your CAD file. And if you imported it, perhaps there will be some problems, but in general, remember these rules. And so we say, okay, and let's try to work with this. You can see this is linked, first of all. And also, instead of the DXF, which already appeared as a sketch in Fusion, well, this time this is looking like a component, and we can expand, and inside there we have sketches divided from layers. So when you work in CAD applications, professional CAD applications, you will have layers, meaning that you can divide your design into many different parts. So for example, here I have the walls, and then I have internal walls, and then I have the doors, and etc., etc. So this is useful because you can turn off all the other layers and you can just concentrate on one at a time. So, and it's pretty handy. And you can see if I isolate the walls here, you can see they are closed shapes, which I can extrude. Otherwise, again, you will have some issues. But as we saw also before, we can fix these if we want also in Fusion, or we can just retrace them. We can, draw on top of them, etc., etc. So this is a good design. So if I extrude, I can just click and drag